Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to NWC Tonight. Yes, after quite a long hiatus, we are back on the air, and hopefully it will have been worth the wait, because tonight you are going to see a double-stuffed edition of NWC Tonight. Yes, friends, that is 2 episodes worth of action in one night. You're going to see 12 jam-packed matches featuring the best stars of the NWC, capped off with a trio of title defenses. Tonight on our program, you will see Anna Sokolov defend the INCW Women's Championship against Victoria Prime. You will also see the Spoiler 3 defend the PWA Heavyweight Championship against the Fallen Rhett Holiday. And in our main event of the evening, number 1 contenders insult to injury will be going after the INCW Tag Team Championships currently being held by the Diners Club. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an exciting night of action, and we cannot wait to bring it all to you. Let's take you to ringside for our first contest. Our first match this evening is an exciting grudge match. Ladies and gentlemen, on our last edition of NWC Tonight, we saw Isabel Young take on La Nieve in singles action. It was a fantastic encounter that saw the young hardcore superstar Isabel Young, the protege of KB Chronic, defeat the veteran La Nieve in a hotly contested bout. Tonight, La Nieve has demanded a chance to restore honor to her name and defend the name of the training school of her mentor Snow, and these two are going to be facing each other one more time. Folks, the INCW Women's Championship is the hottest championship in all of professional wrestling, according to many experts, and the NWC women are all looking for that chance to ascend to the top of the mountain and have a shot at the belt currently held by Anna Sokolov. Now, La Nieve is a veteran of the ring. Many seasons she has fought in PWA, she has fought in INCW, and now she is making her home here in NWC. She has been a part of several exciting bouts, and she is looking to climb that ladder. Last week, she was unsuccessful in her attempt to take down this newcomer, Isabel Young, but Isabel Young is a fighter. She is a contender, and she is determined to face anyone, anywhere, to make her mark here in NWC. And when La Nieve demanded a rematch, Isabel Young was quick to accept. Folks, this should be an absolutely stellar encounter. I'm so glad to be back with you. It's been a few weeks since we've had a chance to have a proper edition of NWC Tonight, and for those of you that have stuck with us, hopefully tonight's overstuffed double episode will whet that appetite, will satisfy that hunger for top-shelf wrestling action. This should be an amazing encounter. Of course, this is the first of 12 exciting matches that you'll be seeing on tonight's jammed edition of NWC Tonight. Referee is checking in with both competitors, and we are underway. Instantly, Isabel Young coming in hard with a clothesline to the back of the head of La Nieve. And Isabel, starting out, oh my goodness, what a tremendous stomp right to the back of the bicep there of La Nieve, looking to dislocate that shoulder. And turns her around, turns her inside out with a huge lariat, and just mounts her and begins delivering those right hands to the masked features of La Nieve. Nieve, though, far from being done, fires back, sends Isabel Young to the ropes, and takes her out with a low drop kick to the knees. La Nieve, of course, a top-shelf luchador, an amazing competitor, trained for the ring by the legendary Snow of PWA fame. One half of the team of the Blood Brothers that he had with Pantero, multi-time tag team champions, multi-time light heavyweight champion, and La Nieve is looking to continue that lucha tradition here in NWC. Goes for a quick pin, but Isabel Young manages to get a shoulder up at 1. Of course, Isabel Young, a very a student of the game herself. KB Chronic, the founder of INCW, trained her for the ring. My goodness, would you look at that huge flying DDT from the top rope to the floor outside. How is Isabel Young still drawing breath after taking a maneuver like that? Back inside the ring, Laniev taking it to Isabel Young after that huge maneuver outside. The masked luchador is definitely in the driver's seat, but not for long. Not for long. Isabel Young just paintbrushing her. Series of right hands. And Niev fires back with a couple of her own. Sends Isabel to the ropes. Ducks underneath. Goes up over the top. And again, a big-time basement drop kick to the left kneecap. Followed by a drop kick to the back of the neck. And Laniev is feeling the fire. Niev, shot to the kidneys, sends Young to the far turnbuckle, and a flipping body splash into that turnbuckle there. Following it up with a drop kick, but Isabel Young able to slide out of the way. Niev may have hurt her back on that exchange and eats a drop kick herself. She's going to try to roll to the corner there, taking it to the outside, trying to get a bit of a breather. But, of course, the outside of the ring is home to Isabel Young. She's a hardcore grappler trained in the INCW tradition. Niev trying to make up some ground, trying to make some headway with a series of punches and kicks to Isabel, sending her corner to corner, and a DDT, big-time DDT, goes for a pin. Referee checking in, 1. Oh, and would you look at that, Isabel Young with a heads-up maneuver able to grab that bottom rope. If Niev had managed to hit that DDT a bit closer to the center of the ring, that may very well have been it, ladies and gentlemen. But as it is, this match is still going strong. Niev, kick to the stomach. Tries to follow up, but gets stuffed by Young. Isabel Young, series of punches and kicks, spinning knee shiver, and just mounts her with a series of left hands right to the side of the head. Isabel Young looking to open up here. Series of kicks to the side of Laniev, followed by a forearm shiver right to the side of the head, and she's going up to the high rent district on the top rope. Comes off with a double stomp, mushroom stomp right to the guts of Laniev. And a series of stomps by Isabel Young, asserting her dominance here, showing Laniev that she is ready for bigger challenges. Niev is going to have to really open up here. She's going to have to dig down deep to try to dig out of this hole she is recently finding herself in. Isabel Young, a kick, followed by a series of punches, and Niev goes down hard. 1, 2, and 3. Isabel Young, mistress of the knockout punch, finished with a huge right hand. I do believe that last time these two fought was another similar knockout right hand that took out Laniev. Exclamation point on this feud between these two young ladies. Isabel Young has to be seen as a rising star here in NWC, while Laniev is going to have to regroup and find a different path forward. Congratulations to Isabel Young, who is definitely making her mark here in the women's division. And now, friends, we are heading to the men's division. As you look at this, folks, this is going to be one incredible fight. We have the former INCW champion, Bokrug, taking on the son of the legendary Viking, Thorkel. These two Scandinavian monsters are going to be taking each other on in what should be an absolute barn burner. Bokrug has not been seen since receiving an injury at the hands of the Diners Club earlier on in Season 1, and he is certainly looking to reassert himself in NWC. And, of course, Thorkel is undefeated here in NWC, 3-0, with some tremendous victories over a variety of opponents. We'll have to see if he can handle what is sure to be his biggest test yet. Bokrug looking strong, dressing for the occasion, looking much like an underworld warrior himself. Bokrug, of course, the longest reigning PWA Tag Team Champion in history, holding that title for in excess of a calendar year, along with his partner Cassidy Cray in the team of Alpha Omega, and also for a long time it seemed as if he was going to be the last INCW men's champion, as when INCW closed its doors of day-to-day operations, he was holding that title. Of course, here in NWC, Gorgon Ramsey ended up relieving him of that belt, but not before Bokrug had a chance to make quite the name for himself here. A name that he would like to continue to see rise, a career that he would like to reinvigorate, and what better way to do that than to take on this blue chipper of a star. Thorkel is, well, look at him, folks. He has everything that it takes to be a huge star in this industry. He is a second-generation grappler. His father, the Viking, achieved just about every accolade there was to achieve in the various organizations represented by the National Wrestling Council. And since arriving here in NWC, no one has found a formula to defeat Thorkel. You look at this man, and you have to see a future world champion, a legend in the making. But in order to ascend to that next level, he will have to take out legends of the past, and there are few wrestlers with as legendary a pedigree on the active roster than Bokrug. The bell rings, and we are underway, and my goodness, huge cross body block by Thorkel to start this matchup. And pump handle suplex takes the former tag team champion, former INCW champion, nose over toes to the mat, sends him to the ropes, ducks underneath, and comes around with a power slam. So far, it has been all Thorkel in this match. What an explosive start to this encounter. So far, Thorkel, in the last time that he fought, he took on brawler Bartholomew Beckett, a similarly seasoned legendary grappler, and he brought him low, and oh my goodness, tried to spear Bokrug, but Bokrug heads up, not allowing it to happen. But still, Thorkel with the upper hand here. But Bokrug uses his own momentum against him and sends the Viking Warrior over the top rope to the outside. And Bokrug takes advantage of the positioning, and would you look at that? Right there, drags him into a black embrace right away in the early goings of this match, going for a finish here, but Thorkel too deep in the ropes to make it count. But just like that, the consummate grappler, the legend, the assassin Bokrug is now in control. Bokrug may not be the tallest competitor, he may not be the largest competitor, but pound for pound, he's incredibly strong. Big-time chop to Thorkel, and, you know, that's the thing. Thorkel, as strong as he is, as skilled as he is, huge kick, by the way, there. Would you look at that? Goes for the pin. Goodness, I thought that might have been it. I was going to say that Thorkel, despite his incredible championship pedigree and his obvious physical gifts, he has not been forced to fight in the deep water here in NWC very often. His most difficult match was, of course, last week against Brawler Beckett, who, while being an incredibly proficient competitor, it's a very different challenge than what Bokrug offers. Two very different opponents. And in fact, I would say if Thorkel can prevail over Bokrug, we're going to have seen quite an accomplishment here. That'll show that Thorkel has it within him to take on a variety of types of opponents. Still looking for some sort of weakness in Thorkel's presentation, and so far none of his competitors are finding any. Time right hand to the painted visage of Bokrug. Bokrug outside the ring, looking to regroup a little bit, but Thorkel decides to meet him out there, I would say I don't know if that's a good idea, but both of these men are very well versed in fighting outside the bounds of a ring. These two are warriors bred in the purest sense. Bokrug brings it back in, stalking Thorkel, waiting for him to get in. Oh, but Thorkel, too powerful, kicks his hands away, takes control of the Painted Warrior, and just delivers a huge chop to the chest, and now going to work on that leg, just twisting it between those ropes. Sends Bokrug to the ropes, ducks underneath, and another gigantic power slam right into the center of the ring. And Thorkel follows up with a knockout punch. But deciding that he is not finished yet, but neither is Bokrug. Bokrug reverses a punch, drives a knee into the stomach, and begins just attacking Thorkel in the corner. Punches, kicks, vicious stomps, and just stepping on the throat. But oh no, Thorkel too strong, just pushes his way out of it. And a series of punches and kicks and a knee right to the gut, followed by an axe kick, takes Bokrug down, goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Bokrug manages a shoulder up. That would have felled lesser men, ladies and gentlemen. Thorkel just really showing what he's made of, going toe-to-toe with this very dangerous competitor. Bokrug, though, middle rope into a clothesline. So far, this is a very even bout. Both of these men giving as well as they are taking. Sends Thorkel to the ropes, ducks underneath, and comes around tit for tat. Big-time power slam to the Viking. And what's this? Kick to the ribs, holding onto that arm, controlling the body. Big clothesline takes Thorkel down. Boy, these two have a lot in common. And look at that, just slams him down. Bokrug, though, good positioning. I think Thorkel was going for that top rope there, but Bokrug putting himself between the warrior and the turnbuckle, and then sending him out to the floor there. Oh, and look at that big cross body. He was waiting for Bokrug, took him out outside the ring. And these two are brawling on the floor, folks. Another big-time crossbody using all 270 pounds of his massive frame just to slam into Bokrug. Using the one thing Bokrug does not come into this fight with, and that is a weight advantage. Sends Bokrug to the corner, comes in with a European uppercut. Very northern European, I believe, and just slams him headfirst into the ground. And wait a minute, folks, wait a minute. Lights go out. Bokrug is behind his opponent, using some of that mystical energy, follows it up with a spinning neck breaker, and just like that, the tide has turned. Bokrug headbutt right into the brain pan of Thorkel. And look at that. Bokrug is feeling it. He is ready to finish his opponent off. Comes around from behind, drops him in a short brain buster, and just starts kicking into him. My goodness, would you look at that? Bokrug is really opening up against his opponent, heading to the top rope. High Rent District. Wow, would you look at that spinning frog splash. 1, 2, and somehow Thorkel manages to get a shoulder up. Ladies and gentlemen, what a tremendous bout. Bokrug measuring Thorkel, though. Has him. Oh, but Thorkel, whatever he was trying to do, Thorkel fights his way out of it. But Bokrug, short DDT, finishing off a vicious combo and just bouncing his head off the mat like a basketball. Thorkel has never been in this sort of trouble before, ladies and gentlemen. And what is Bokrug doing? What is he setting up for in the corner there? Running, goes over the top, and just clips him with a flying kick, a senton into an axe kick, and Thorkel is out cold on the mat. And Bokrug not about to rest on his laurels, taking the fight to the large Scandinavian man outside. taking his leg out from underneath him. And the damage done. Bokrug is heading back into the ring again. What in the world? Huge flying frog splash onto Thorkel outside the ring. And Bokrug calling up to the gods for strength, letting the crowd know that this young man still has a lot to learn. And he, oh my goodness, sends him face first into the turnbuckle post there. And is Bokrug going to go for a count-out victory here? It looks as if Thorkel is hurt. Thorkel is shaking out the cobwebs, but he does manage to get back in the ring. That may not have been wise. Ducking underneath, and a big kick. Oh my goodness, he just decapitated Thorkel, folks. What is this? 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that Bokrug executed a brilliant strategy. He had Thorkel outside the ring. He had him hurt. He forced Thorkel to fight his way out of those cobwebs and roll back in the ring to avoid a count-out where he was waiting for him. It was a deviously executed plan by a veteran grappler, and Thorkel has tasted defeat here in NWC for the very first time. I do not think this is the last time that we will see these two fight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we take you back to our women's division, where the veteran Alyssa Wilde of the enigmatic and famous Wilde family is taking on Morgana Rune of BPW's Carnival. Of course, this strange group of misfits and renegades showed up in NWC just a few weeks ago, and every week we are seeing more and more from this strange and eclectic group. Alyssa Wilde made it clear on the promo board that she has nothing but respect for this new group and the mind games they seem to like to play. But when it comes to making a name for herself in NWC, she considers herself to be the gatekeeper of the women's division. And no matter what kind of spooky mind games these strange traveling sideshow performers want to bring with them, as soon as that ring lights up and the bell rings, it is Alyssa Wilde's territory, and Morgana Rune is going to have to make a name for herself between those ropes. And this should be one heck of an encounter, folks. Alyssa, of course, coming off of a very rough season. She and Danica Rabin had one heck of a feud leading all the way up to Full Effect, and a terrifying steel cage match under BPW rules that saw Alyssa Wilde get injured quite badly. She is now back after a lengthy hiatus and is looking to get back to her winning ways. But I don't know if the best way to do that is to take on someone else from BPW, someone who is ready to throw the rule book out the window. And Morgana Rune certainly fits that bill. Would you look at this, coming to the ring with some sort of large burlap sack? I'm not sure what's inside there. Now, Morgana, of course, is a fortune teller by trade, and in this traveling carnival, she's a bit of a soothsayer, helping detect the fortunes of her comrades, and she had some very interesting predictions for her match against Alyssa Wilde. And I wonder if those predictions have anything to do with what could possibly be in that burlap sack there. I'm not sure quite what I'm seeing here, folks. But Morgana Rune, a very confident, very, very scary figure, playing to the crowd. Look at that. Look at this frightening visage here. I don't think Alyssa Wilde was normally one to be intimidated. She did, in fact, stare down the Phantom Queen just last season, but this should be a very interesting encounter. A clash of styles, if you will. Bell rings, and we are underway. Instantly, Rune coming in strong with a series of strikes. Takes Alyssa Wilde down. And looking to press that advantage, has her up in a vertical suplex, showing off her understanding of the fundamentals, something that Alyssa Wilde herself would certainly appreciate. Gut Buster takes Alyssa down, and Alyssa, so far, we're seeing a little bit of that ring rust, it looks like. Knee drop, measured knee drop. Morgana Rune definitely setting her own pace here. Look at this, from the top, double X handle right to the small of the back. of Alyssa Wilde in this match so far has been all Morgana Rune. But Alyssa, so she heard me here, flatliner from the matriarch of the Wilde family, the mother of Nikki Wilde, the brother, the sister of her twin brother Akira Wilde. And would you look at this, what is Alyssa setting Morgana up for? Big-time shoulder block sends the soothsayer of the Carnival to the floor. And, oh, would you look at that? Alyssa Wilde draping her throat first over the top rope. Bit of a dirty maneuver, but as we've seen in the past, oh my goodness! Alyssa going for Morgana, but a heads-up move. Morgana rolls back into the ring. Alyssa catches nothing but air. Referee getting between Rune and, oh, again, the referee right between the two of them. Alyssa taking advantage of that and attacking Morgana Rune. Now, of course, we have seen in recent seasons, Alyssa is not afraid to bend those rules. You might say that she is well-versed in how to bend a rule without breaking it. Never exactly cheating, but certainly taking advantage of everything that goes on in that ring. Very high ring IQ from the veteran Alyssa Wilde. Morgana is going to have to be on her toes. Goes for the pin, quick 1 count. Alyssa manages to get a shoulder up. Alyssa, of course, one of the most powerful women in the NWC, standing at just about that 6-foot-tall mark. And saying that here in NWC is saying quite a lot. A company that has statuesque giants like El Vittore, and well, we've got some big ladies here on this roster, folks. We'll just say that. And look at this vertical suplex again by Morgana Rune, who has managed to do very well for herself. If we were scoring on points, we might say that she is currently ahead, but there is still a lot of match left to go. Both Alyssa and Morgana doing everything they can to try to keep the other one from gaining any sort of a sustained advantage. And Alyssa sent from the inside over the top rope to the outside by Morgana Rune. And going for the ankle there of Alyssa Wilde, and not afraid to do a bit of trash talk while she does it. Raking the back with those long, pointed fingernails. And a big knee lift outside the ring takes Alyssa down, and she is just choking her on the floor. There is nothing pretty about that, but it's also outside the ring, away from the view of the referee. As long as she makes it back in by that 20 count, it is perfectly legal. Alyssa back to the ring, trying to get some distance between her and Morgana returns the favor to Alyssa from earlier, dropping her throat first over that top rope, ascends to the top. What's going on here? Goes for a macho elbow, but Alyssa out of the way. Kick to the stomach. Picks her up. Brain buster floats over into a beautiful pin. 1. And the ref looking a little worse for her. He might have gotten clipped earlier. He was very slow on that count. Oh, but look at this. Morgana showing off shocking amounts of power. Just picking Alyssa up in the air and hyperextending that elbow. Alyssa, though, not done yet. Has Morgana up. And lawn dart right into the top turnbuckle. And she's looking at the crowd as if to say, what? Perfectly within the rules. Alyssa leverage throw takes Morgana over and just starts pounding her into the mat. I think she may be a hair on the frustrated side. That wild temper showing through. Walks her through a fisherman's buster and heads to the outside to continue the assault. Uh-oh. Half and half dragon suplex onto the hard matted floor below. Alyssa Wilde, I don't know if she was ever playing, folks, but if she was, she is certainly finished doing so. Torquing on that leg outside the ring. And letting Morgana Rune know that this is her domain. She may have a traveling carnival, but she has pitched her tent in wild territory. Kick to the stomach, and shades of her brother Akira, dragon sleeper right in the center of the ring. Morgana may be forced to tap out here, ladies and gentlemen. This could very well be it. But Morgana manages to dig deep, fires back 3 shots to the temple there, and Alyssa is stunned, at least temporarily. Enough time for Morgana to send her to the ropes. And a knee right to the stomach. And she is measuring Alyssa Wilde. What's she going to do? Kick to the stomach. And a big-time running axe kick. Folks, that was Alyssa Wilde's finisher there. 1, 2. And Alyssa gets a shoulder up. What kind of mind games are these by Morgana Roode? She went for a version of the surgical strike on Alyssa Wilde. It takes a lot of guts to do that to a member of the Wilde family. And now Morgana choking Alyssa over that top rope. Has she gotten into the head of the twin sister of Akira Wilde? Back drop right onto the canvas. Morgana Roode starting to pull ahead here. Goes to the top rope. And goes a second time for that macho elbow, but Wilde dodges it, sends her to the ropes. Ducks underneath a second time, and the two of them collide shoulder to shoulder. And Alyssa eats a bulldog and rolls out to the outside. Folks, this has been a stellar match, but Alyssa is in trouble as Morgana Roode is getting stronger and stronger as this match goes on. Another knee lift right to the face of Alyssa Wilde and just stomping her viciously outside the ring. And a shoulder block as well right in front of the front row fans. Just absolutely stalking Alyssa. Going for that knee now. That surgically repaired knee in that knee brace there. Going after it. Leaving Alyssa definitely the worse for wear outside the ring. And sends Alyssa Wilde back into the ring, and she is hurt, trying to shake some feeling back into that knee of hers. And just eats another shot right to the kidneys. Goes for the pin there. Wow, that was it. Ladies and gentlemen, what we just saw there was a tactical assault by Morgana Roode. Outside the ring, she really went to town on Alyssa, especially battering that knee of hers. And when she got back inside, one knee drop was all it took to put paid to this match here. And congratulations to Morgana Roode, a very impressive singles debut here in NWC. She has offed the gatekeeper to the women's division, and that means the keys to the kingdom are hers. Everyone watch out. Morgana Roode is somebody to keep your eyes on. And wait, oh my goodness! Ladies and gentlemen, that burlap sack, she's pulled out some sort of gigantic snake. What is that, an anaconda? That is enormous. Oh my goodness! Brandishing it to the crowd, the speechless crowd. My goodness me, I was not ready for that. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we still have quite a bit of action here for you. We go from the women's division to an age-old feud here. Look at this. We have Oliver Sin and Derek Arzon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, FU and Sanctum have been at each other's throats all season long. Heck, longer than that. They have fought each other in every permutation imaginable, and the most recent step in this never-ending feud saw Derek Arzon, battered and bruised from his frequent encounters with Oliver Sin, take on Chris Ketch Knight for his light heavyweight championship, and with just a hair's breadth between victory and defeat, lost his championship. And you have to think that the distracting feud between him and Oliver Sin of Sanctum must have played a role in softening him up for that loss. He is angry. He is just fuming. He wants revenge. So tonight he faces Oliver Sin in what is purported to be their final encounter in an Extreme Rules match. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the NWC Championship Committee, for the safety of all of the individuals involved here, decreed that these three matches, there would be three final matches to determine the winner of this rivalry once and for all. Last week, we saw the first of the three, where Evelyn Sin took on Nikki Wilde in the confines of a steel cage, and in that match, Evelyn Sin was victorious. Now tonight we will see the other 2 matches in that 3-match series. This is one of them, an Extreme Rules match between Oliver Sin and Derek Arzon, and then later on this evening, for the PWA Heavyweight Championship, we will see a ladder match between the Spoiler 3 and Rhett Holiday. And after this evening is done, this feud between Forever Unchained and Sanctum will be over. This is the last a series of matches between these individuals, the last 3 singles matches that these individuals will embark on. And tonight, if Derek Arzon loses this match, he will never have a chance to get revenge in a one-on-one situation against Oliver Sin. And Oliver, in a position here with everything to gain here, would really love to put himself in a place where he has defeated the former champion and could see himself as a number 1 contender to Chris Catch Knight's light heavyweight championship. A lot riding on this contest, professional pride and positioning, and you can see it in the aggression of Derek Arzon, who immediately goes to town on Oliver Sin, going for that arm. Derek Arzon, of course, the master of the arm blitz, that spinning arm bar. He would love nothing more than to see Oliver Sin tap out. Big elbow as well to the crown of Oliver Sin. Now, Oliver Sin, not as much of a submission competitor. He likes to rely on his very vicious finisher, the Black Cross. He has knocked out many opponents with that modified high elevation DDT. These 2 are both very, very evenly matched. Pound for pound, I might argue that Oliver... Oh my goodness, beautiful reversal on the part of Derek Arzon. I was going to say, I might argue that Oliver Sin may have a slight strength advantage, while Derek Arzon may have a slight agility and speed advantage. But it's close. It's too close for legal work. These 2 are extremely complementary grapplers and excellent representatives of NWC's very healthy light heavyweight division. That is, of course, the division that any wrestler under the 210-pound mark, and that within that we have just some of the most amazing talent to be seen anywhere in the world of professional wrestling. I expect that the light heavyweight championship, a championship that did not get defended a lot under the reign of Derek Arzon, I suspect that's going to be a very hotly contested belt moving forward here in NWC. Of course, Chris Catch Knight, a dual champion right now. He's holding not only that light heavyweight championship, but the mixed gender PWA tag team championship as well. Him and Danica Rabin, a very busy individual, Chris Knight. And he must be looking at this very carefully, because the winner of this match would have to be considered on the short list, the top of that short list, for a shot at Chris Knight's championship, especially with our upcoming pay-per-view looming. Yes, friends, we will be seeing details very soon about the second NWC Supercard. Again, we will have information on that for you very, very soon, but know that it is looming, and all champions have been told to be on notice and ready to defend their titles. Outside the ring, Oliver Sin and Derek Arzon just going to town, taking each other on in the most brutal ways. Sin, with a series of elbows, takes Derek Arzon down. They've been battering each other, pillar to post, into turnbuckle posts, into barricades, onto that unforgiving matted surface out there. Series of punches to Derek Arzon. Derek sent back into that turnbuckle, and what is this here? Oh my goodness, just absolutely relentless action. Derek with some vicious jabs. My goodness, these 2 are just, being that this is an Extreme Rules match, folks, they are completely foregoing any attempts to get this back into the ring. Big DDT takes Derek Arzon down. Oh my goodness, just absolutely beating Derek Arzon within an inch of his sanity. But Arzon giving just as well as he takes. And Sin back first into that barricade. And what is this? Russian leg sweep. Kidneys first into the barricade by Arzon into Oliver Sin. Oh my. This is not pretty, folks. This has just been an absolute, huge punches. Just, there is no finesse here. Oh, Thunderstroke right onto the barricade. My goodness. But Oliver Sin still with a lot of fight left in him. Head scissors takedown, but I do not know how he's still standing after taking that Thunderstroke right into that barricade. He may be on borrowed time, ladies and gentlemen. Now back inside the ring. Oh, did you see that, folks? Arzon just collapsed onto the ground. These two have hurt each other outside the ring, folks. They have injured each other outside the ring, and now they may be both ripe for some sort of big maneuver. Oh, Arzon takes a chair right to the spine, and it looks like Sin is setting that up in the corner. And would you look at that? Arm blitz. Derek Arzon with the arm blitz. Is Oliver Sin going to be forced to tap in the center of the ring? He is holding on as best he can, and he managed to twist his way around and force Derek Arzon to let him go, but that may have done some serious damage, folks. Oliver Sin with a big-time backbreaker, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker off the ropes. I think he was going for the Black Cross there, ladies and gentlemen. Arzon, though, fisherman suplex right in the middle of the ring. Rolls him over. 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Arzon has won this match, and FU and Sanctum, in their final series of 3 singles matches, they are each tied with 1 victory. Evelyn Sin defeated Nikki Wilde. Derek Arzon has overcome Oliver Sin. We have 1 more match in this series to go, ladies and gentlemen, and the PWA Heavyweight Championship hangs in the balance. Wow, what tremendous action. Derek Arzon is one of the finest competitors that this ring has ever seen, and we look forward to seeing what he's able to do now that this feud has concluded. And ladies and gentlemen, we now move back to our women's division. This is a very interesting encounter. El Vittore, the daughter of the Void Queen, is here in NWC. She is large and in charge, both figuratively and literally. This statuesque woman stands nearly 7 feet tall, and she'll be taking on the one and only Giggles the Clown. Now, you've heard us talking about BPW's Carnival, and believe it or not, Giggles is not part of that. Giggles actually joined INCW in its waning days, was in their training division, preparing herself for the ring when INCW went under, when KB Chronic closed the doors. Well, Giggles has finally made her debut here in NWC. She has appeared in an NWC ring once before. She fought in the Make Your Mark Women's Battle Royal, where she did quite well for herself. But this is going to be her singles match debut. These are 2 rookies, 2 relative newcomers to the world of professional wrestling. Each one brings with them some tremendous physical gifts. But neither one has very much seasoning. It'll be very interesting to see how they do against each other. And when they say the cream rises, we'll see which one of these 2 ascends to that next level and which one is sent back to the minors. Now, of course, El Vittore it obviously brings quite a few physical gifts to the ring. She's very tall, very strong, much like Kirishika, a towering individual who dwarfs her competition. But as we saw in her debut match earlier this season, it is possible to overcome her strength and her lack of experience if you keep your fundamentals solid. And we have seen, despite her tremendous potential, she has a little bit left to learn. She won her last match, but it was not without going through the ringer. She was definitely taken into the deep water in her opening encounter here. We'll have to see if Giggles the Clown has what it takes to drag El Vittore down. And Giggles is a very interesting character. She's coming out here with a gimmick, with a persona that she seems to believe in wholeheartedly, and she's got the fans behind her. She's a very fun character. We don't really know a lot about where she came from, other than she is a rookie. Her first signing was with INCW, was personally vouched for once again by KB Chronic, and did not have the chance to debut in INCW before they stopped day-to-day operations. But she has not missed a beat. She has continued her training, and she is now here in NWC, ready to show what she can do. Bell rings, and we are underway. Immediately, Giggles comes running in with a flying enziguri, blocked by Vittore, though. And look at this right away. Vittore, using her size, using her strength, takes down Giggles. And a big right forearm to the painted face of Giggles the Clown, followed by an elbow drop. Oh, but Giggles' tremendous agility sends Vittore flying to the ground, and a big-time knee comes off the ropes. What's she doing here? Wow, using the size of Vittore against her. A head scissors DDT. El Vittore is hurt. She is seeing stars in the early goings of this match. But so powerful. Managed to put an elbow and a headbutt and drags her into a teardrop suplex. My goodness, it is going to be very difficult for Giggles to overcome the sheer size advantage of El Vittore. And what is she doing? What is she doing in the corner there? Oh my goodness, went for some sort of top over-the-rope maneuver, but Giggles out of the way, and that is a lot of weight to come crashing into the ground. And Giggles just slammed the back of her head into those steps with that Russian leg sweep. Oh no, El Vittore has taken two very, very hard impacts outside the ring. And Giggles makes it three with another head scissors DDT, utilizing some tremendous agility, but Vittore showing why she is so dangerous. Big-time headbutt, big-time suplex, goes for a pin, really rings Giggles' bell, but Giggles firing back, sends Vittore to the ropes, big kick to the stomach, but Vittore walks straight through it, but Giggles sidesteps, and oh my, Dragon Rana just destroys the back of Vittore's head. Oh, but this time Vittore had her scouted, swats her legs away, and big-time sit-out power bomb. I believe that's what she finished the match with in her debut here in NWC. Giggles may be in trouble. Shoulder-to-shoulder collision. Oh, wow, Vittore attempting a huge stomp. Big-time triple jump drop kick by Giggles, though, goes for a pin. One. And only a one count. After all the damage that Giggles put Vittore through, only a one count. Tell you what, something about Giggles' presentation reminds me a little bit of Nikki Wilde in her first season of INCW. I'd love to see a match between her and Wilde at some point in the future. Vittore, look at this. What in the world is she doing? Up to the top rope, all 7 feet and 200 plus pounds. Oh, but eats nothing but mat right on those knees. And just jacks her jaw there and Giggles with a double kick to the solar plexus. This has been a heck of a debut by Giggles the Clown. Clown. El Vittore doing an extremely good job staying in this, but were it not for her tremendous size and strength advantage, I feel like she maybe have been in trouble. But look at that. Suplex. Second suplex. Spins her around. What in the world? Third suplex. 3 suplexes right in the middle of the ring. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. And Giggles manages to get a shoulder up. This is a very even bout right now. I could see either one of these ladies winning this. Oh, and this time goes over the top rope. Vittore like a huge missile. This time she gets all of it, and Giggles is hurt outside the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Big headbutt, followed by a suplex. El Vittore tries for a stomp there, but gets caught by Giggles. Giggles tries for head scissors, misses, and Vittore hits a short DDT outside the ring and a stomp outside on the floor. My goodness, what a physical matchup between these two. Giggles sends Vittore into the barricade there and heads back in as the referee approaches the 7 count. Vittore going to take a moment outside the ring to regroup before heading back in. But she is met by Giggles. What's this here? Giggles with... Oh my goodness! Giggles with a rocker dropper style maneuver. Vittore's bell has been rung. She is hurt. And what's Giggles doing here? Running. Oh goodness, just smashed into her in the corner. And flipping attack in the outside to the inside. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what you call that. Off the ropes. Again, satellite head scissors DDT. Giggles is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Bounces off the ropes. Yet another one. She is bouncing Vittore's head off the ground again and again. What's this? Third one. Bang! El Vittore is hurt, folks. How much more of this can this gigantic woman take? Giggles has her up. Power bomb to the top rope. Giggles waiting for Vittore to ascend to her feet. Oh my goodness, flipping Hurricane Rana to the top rope again. Oh wow, whoopee cushion off the top. 1, 2, and 3. I have not seen a flurry of offense like that in NWC in quite some time. If you were asking yourself, what is Giggles going to have to do to take down a woman of this size? That'll do it, folks. A quintet of Hurricane Rana DDTs. Just amazing top rope offense. And look at this. She is so happy with herself. Giggles the Clown has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Just scary looking a little bit there, but would you look at that? Amazing action, folks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of amazing action, the time has come. Victoria Prime gets her shot at Anna Sokolov's INCW Women's Championship. Folks, this is an exciting encounter. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been all season long in the making. Victoria Prime undefeated here in INCW, and after a series of hard-fought victories, she has been declared the #1 contender to Anna Sokolov's championship. And as we know, the INCW Women's Championship is a hotly contested title. Anna Sokolov has been a fighting champion, racking up victory after victory after victory ever since winning that title at full effect from the White Rabbit Nikki Wilde. And Victoria Prime, unlike some of her competitors, she has not been clamoring for a title shot. She has simply been winning matches over and over again, waiting for the championship committee to recognize her as the rightful one and only #1 contender and hand her a title shot. And to her credit, that is what has happened. She is, they call her the Peerless One, but she has also taken on the moniker of the undefeated Victoria Prime. And tonight we will see if that undefeated streak will continue, and if she will be able to add a new moniker to her title, and that is Women's Champion. Victoria Prime, a very confident, very controversial young lady. And Anna Sokolov, just an absolute monster. What more can be said about Anna Sokolov? Other than, now that's interesting, folks. Normally we would see Anna right now, but I don't see her yet. And folks, wait a minute. I'm getting word backstage. Something is going on. What is going on here, folks? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's Anna Sokolov, interrupted on her way to the ring by none other than Kirashika. Folks, we have not seen Kirashika here in NWC in weeks. She won a battle royal with that won the opportunity to take on Anna Sokolov for a women's title shot, but when that opportunity came, Kirashika was nowhere to be found, and she has been missing from our roster for quite some time. She left a note to Anna that said, "Not the time," and I assume now she's saying this is the time. Look at this. She is assaulting Anna Sokolov backstage. Sokolov, though, definitely not going to take that lying down, smashes her headfirst into those into that table there. But Kirashika just pounding the life out of the women's champion. While Victoria Prime, I can see her, folks, she's just standing bemused in the ring. Anna Sokolov, though, not taking this lying down. She's managed to get a bit of an advantage here over Kirashika in the back. Certainly not something that Anna was expecting. Oh my gosh, Anna just eats a huge headbutt there from Kirashika, and Anna is dazed. Oh my goodness, big chair shot. And a second one. Wait a minute, folks. The lights have gone out. What is going on here? I'm not sure. What in the world? Kirashika is now in the ring. It is as if she has materialized in the ring, and no one was taken by surprise by that more than Victoria Prime. Kirashika appears to have. I don't know if perhaps what we saw earlier was pre-recorded in some way, but Kirashika is now somehow in the ring and is absolutely taking Victoria Prime apart. She attacked Anna Sokolov backstage, bashed her in the head more than once with a chair, left her laying, and is now doing the same out here to Victoria Prime. I can only assume that Kirashika is saying, "This title shot is not yours, it is mine," saying that was a shot that I earned and I'm going to take it, and if I have to go through you to do it, then so be it. She is just paintbrushing, just destroying Victoria Prime outside the ring. Oh my goodness, folks, we're going to have to get some security out here. We're going to take you, let's get away from this, folks, and on to our next match while we try to regain order out there in the ring. Our security personnel are out there trying to get things squared away, escorting these women to the backstage area. But folks, up next we have another fantastic encounter. Let's go ahead and focus on that, folks. We're going to be seeing Axel Funk, the current reigning, defending BPW Men's Champion, taking on INCW's Ken Danger in a non-title exhibition match. Let's go ahead and take you to ringside. Thankfully, I have been told that both Kirashika and Victoria Prime have been escorted from ringside, and now we can get this match underway. So, folks, coming down the aisle right now, we have Ken Danger. Ken Danger, of course, a veteran of INCW, a very, very brazen individual, a brawler, a hardcore wrestler who isn't afraid to get his hands dirty inside and outside of the ring. He is known for an unpredictable smash mouth style, and that is going to suit his challenger very well tonight, because as you know, he's going to be taking on Axel Funkt, a very interesting individual, the reigning men's champion in Bayou Pro Wrestling. Now, this is, however, not a title match. Now, as you know, Bayou Pro Wrestling has recently partnered with NWC. It is in the process of signing on as one of our full-time partners. As of right now, the contracts are not in place to allow for BPW title defenses on NWC television, but that could change at a moment's notice. So as of right now, this is an exhibition match. But you know that Ken Danger would love nothing more than to score a pinfall or submission victory against a belted champion, even if that champion is this strange and unusual fellow, Axel Funkt. Axel Funkt, what can we say here about this champion other than he represents the ideals of Bayou Pro Wrestling very, very well. He is uniquely suited for that. It is an organization that values extreme wrestling, no holds barred, anything goes, balls to the wall action. As they say there. And Axel Funkt epitomizes that in attitude, in spirit, in ability. He is a strong, unorthodox individual, and I've got to think that he and Ken Danger should match up pretty darn well. Originally, they were supposed to fight last time, but due to a travel issue, Paul Gravett was substituted for Ken Danger. And in that match, that unexpected match, the very game Paul Gravett did fall to Axel Funkt. We'll have to see how Ken Danger does. Danger looks to be in phenomenal shape, but definitely giving up some size to Axel Funkt. And look at the agility on the men's BPW champion. Big-time atomic drop right to the tailbone of Axel Funkt. And a back drop as well, followed by an elbow to the mulleted crown of Axel Funkt. Look at this. So far, Ken Danger making a tremendous showing of himself. Wow, would you look at this? And Axel with a series of attacks, followed by a big flying kick. Just amazing strength and agility by this throwback superstar. Oh, but look at that. Danger, there is nothing old school about his presentation. He is all street, all fight. And look at that big-time spine buster to Axel Funkt. And just goes straight for the legs there as Funkt tries to get some distance, but I don't think that Ken is ready to give it to him. Ken Danger on the top rope. Big punch! Oh, and I believe he may have busted Axel open there. That knuckle went straight into the eyebrow of Axel Funkt. But Funkt still a lot of fight in him. Big clothesline takes down Ken Danger. And he sends him right into the barricade there once, twice, and picks him up for a Manhattan drop and just goes to town with a series of punches on the wild man from INCW, Ken Danger. Danger tries to pick him up, but Funkt, using that power advantage, just slams those arms down on the well-muscled shoulders of Ken Danger. And look at that electric chair drop on the outside. Spine and kidneys straight to that hard surface. But Danger showing that he's still got a lot of fight left into him. A knee to the guts, followed by a rolling Axel Funkt into the ring. And what is this? Has him up for a powerbomb, a big jackknife style powerbomb, goes for the pin. But Funkt able to get a shoulder out. But Axel has got to be a little bit taken aback by the game fighting that this young man is doing here. I don't know if he expected quite as much fight out of Ken Danger as he's been given. But look at that big-time gut buster suplex, just flapjacking him abs first onto the mat. And comes off that middle rope with a drop kick, a beautiful drop kick. The Funkt kick to the stomach, double underhook, and hits him with a Get Funked 1.0. Goes for the pin, 1, 2, and Danger gets a shoulder up. That has got to frustrate the champion. He has put away many an opponent with that maneuver. Uses that as a finisher in a lot of his matches. Sends Danger to the corner. Oh, and goes for a kick, but Ken Danger able to fight his way out. Belly gut-wrench suplex followed by just a series of hard stomps. Nothing pretty about that, but it gets the job done. And for a second round. Oh, and look at that. Ken Danger letting the crowd know that he does not need their support. In fact, I'm not quite sure who you root for in this match, folks. Both of these men are known for being a little bit on the obnoxious side. Wow, if it were Halloween and stomps were candy, Ken Danger's house would be a popular destination. Danger gets kicked in the guts, but manages to stay and maintain control. Sidewalk slam on Funk outside the ring. But Funk using that power to try to fight his way out of this. Oh, sends Danger towards the ropes. And then reverses direction, sends him up the aisle, and he's like, we're going to take this downtown. Manhattan drop outside the ring. Kick to the stomach by Axel Funk, but gets turned around and knuckle right into that exposed, bloody forehead of Axel Funk. Sends Axel back, just crashing into the side there. And look at that, look at that. Axel is in danger here. The ref is putting that count on outside the ring. Axel is hurt. Danger is perfectly satisfied taking a count-out victory here. A count-out victory over a champion of Axel's caliber. Oh, but look at this. Axel managed to slide in at the last moment. Sends Danger to the corner. Oh, and look at this. Goes to town Golden Glove style. Danger is rocked, folks. And look at that. Funked 2.0 out of the corner. 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Your winner via pinfall, Axel Funked. We look forward to seeing the Bayou Pro Wrestling Championships defended here in NWC as soon as contract negotiations allow for it. In the meantime, we will get to know the stars of BPW up close and personal as they continue to make their presence felt here in NWC. Another excellent showing for the master of all things funked, Axel Funked. This guy is one heck of a competitor, folks. Nothing against Ken Danger. Amazing, amazing action from these two. And now, ladies and gentlemen, some exciting news here. We have an unannounced INCW Championship match. Not a match for the championship, ladies and gentlemen, but I mean a match featuring Gorgon Ramsey, the reigning defending INCW champion. This is an exhibition match, ladies and gentlemen. Gorgon Ramsey just came back from an extended tour abroad and is looking to reintroduce himself to the NWC faithful. And what better way to do that than a solid match in front of a capacity crowd? So Gorgon Ramsey, a man who has a date with destiny. He has announced that he is cashing in his meal ticket, his Diners Club meal ticket, toward an opportunity at the next Supercard for the NWC Championship, which is going to be something absolutely spectacular as we get closer to that. But tonight we will see him go one-on-one with a former NWC champion, and that is the veteran outlaw, Billy Cody. The last time we saw Billy Cody in an NWC ring, he was not showing the Christmas spirit, if you know what I'm talking about. He had a bout against jolly old Saint Nick, and if you don't believe me, just check the archival footage. This humbug managed to ruin Christmas for the entire West Coast, as I understand it. And now he would like to add to his accolades a pinfall or submission victory against the INCW champion. Now, Gorgon Ramsey is a very interesting character. He is a member of the Diners Club along with Vinny Durango, Chonk, and Shade, and ever since the conception of that group, they have laid out some lofty goals, and by hook or by crook, they have accomplished every one. Gordon Ramsay won the INCW Championship, and defeated Akira Wilde in order to truly solidify his claim as the true INCW champion. In addition to that, he the Shade and Chonk won the INCW Tag Team Championships, and Vinny Durango himself has created a new championship called the Bonafide Internet Grand Championship that has been defended successfully on NWC television. The Diners Club is running hot and accomplishing all of their goals. Now, will we see a hiccup in their plan tonight? Has Gordon Ramsay has his reach extended his grasp here as he faces Billy Cody? We shall find out shortly. Billy Cody in this exhibition match coming in strong, big time backbreaker on the Mad Chef Gordon Ramsay. Ramsay kicks Cody away. Ramsay, of course, giving up about 6 inches and close to 50 or 60 pounds to Billy Cody here. Billy, a mammoth individual. And just a mean-spirited guy, too. I don't know who of these two is a more sour and bitter individual. You would think that Gordon Ramsay would be in a better mood considering all that he has managed to accomplish, especially given his long absence from INCW. The man took off and walked back into the world here with a guaranteed title shot in a briefcase. One that he did not earn himself, by the way. That was won for him by his comrade, Shade. But that said, to his credit, he did not rest on his laurels and instead made it known that he wanted the INCW championship. And since then, he defeated Bokrug to win that championship and then defeated Akira Wilde at the last Supercard to really hammer home the undisputed validity of that title. And look at that here. Sends Cody in. So far, Ramsay's been handling himself extremely well in this match. Billy Cody, one of the most physical people in all of NWC. Ramsay with a dragon screw leg whip on the Outlaw. Goes for a quick pinfall. Only a 1 count. Cody not anywhere near ready to lay down to the Mad Chef just yet. Cody with a series of punches, series of kicks. And what's this here? Has Ramsay up and just drapes him throat first over that top rope. Billy Cody is a nasty individual. Ramsay, though, taking advantage of Cody preening to the crowd there, sends him to the ropes, ducks underneath, and goes for a kick. Misses it entirely, though. And Cody comes back with just a chop block, takes Ramsay's legs out from underneath him, and has Ramsay up. Big fall away slam, and Ramsay is outside the ring trying to regroup. But Ramsay now has Cody, sends him to the ropes, and a kitchen sink takes the big man down. Now, Gordon Ramsay, he likes to work on those limbs. He likes to work on an arm and a shoulder, all in nature of setting up for that calamari lock. You can see here, beautiful arm bar there, and he transitions that over. Oh, and look at that, has him by the wrist, and he is going to try to tear a pectoral muscle there on Billy Cody, just making him ripe for that octopus-style hold, the calamari lock that he likes to use to finish a match with. Continuing to stomp on the arm of Billy Cody. You do not normally see the Outlaw dissected like this. Ramsay again, going back to that arm. There are very, very few people who I have ever seen put Billy Cody in this kind of compromising position. Credit to Ramsay. He went on a sabbatical, but he did not rest on his laurels while doing it. he spent his time traveling Europe, learning new techniques, honing his skills not just as a chef, but as an in-ring grappler. But he eats a huge kick from Billy Cody nonetheless. Big-time 300-pound elbow drop right on the back of the neck of Gordon Ramsay. Will not take too many of those to put the chef down. Ramsay's going to have to avoid contact with this big man. Has him up again for another fall-away slam, but Ramsay able to reverse it into a DDT. Billy Cody has been rocked. Ramsay going again for a dragon screw leg whip. Working on those limbs, goes for pinfall. 1, 2, and Cody able to get a shoulder up. Still a lot of fight left in the Outlaw. Ramsay going to work on those kidneys, on that torso. Ramsay likes to follow a very dedicated recipe of destruction when he cooks. Look at this stomping on the hand now of Billy Cody. Spins him around, and look at that, ladies and gentlemen, calamari lock. Is he going to be able to get Cody to tap out? Billy Cody, though, very powerful, forces Ramsay's leg away, able to fight his way out of the calamari lock using all of that brute strength of his Texas frame, and catches him with a neck breaker. Billy Cody oh my goodness, just like that, big time kick. 1, 2. Oh, folks, I did not see that coming. Billy Cody escaped the calamari lock and took a second to preen to the crowd about it, and he ate the damnedest boot that I have seen in forever. Put the big Texans' lights out. I do not think that Billy Cody was prepared for that. And folks, Gordon Ramsay, it must be said, is the real deal. Whether or not you appreciate the Diners Club's methods, you have to admit that they have gotten results. Gordon Ramsay is a fighting champion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first of 2 main event matches. Tonight, we're going to be seeing the PWA Heavyweight Championship on the line as FU and Sanctum finish out their feud. We have Rhett Holiday, the Fallen One, taking on the reigning PWA champion, the Spoiler 3. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not any old match. This is a ladder match for the PWA Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, it bears reviewing here. Forever Unchained and Sanctum have been at each other's throats for literally months. This feud began a long time ago. Individual members of these factions began feuding with each other back in PWA before NWC Tonight was even on the air, before INCW folded. This feud has traveled through 3 organizations to get here. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now coming to its conclusion. In the final match of 3 scheduled grudge matches, we're going to be seeing the leader of Sanctum, Rhett Holiday, taking on the reigning PWA heavyweight champion, the Spoiler 3. The stakes could not be higher. This is not the first time that these 2 men have fought over this championship, but it is the first time that it has been fought over outside of the bounds of a PWA ring. The Prestige Wrestling Association saw many classic encounters between these 2 old enemies, and we're going to see it one last time, ladies and gentlemen. The fallen Rhett Holiday has long coveted the PWA Heavyweight Championship. It is a belt that he has held before, but he has never defeated the Spoiler 3 in any sort of match with gold on the line. This will be a huge challenge for a driven competitor. Now, the Spoiler 3, he is a man who he needs no introduction. He is a vicious, heartless individual. He is a big, mean man who is ready to do whatever it takes to win under any circumstances. Now, you'll notice he is not carrying with him the PWA Heavyweight Championship. He may have already surrendered that for the very last time, ladies and gentlemen, because it currently hangs 15 feet above the ring, suspended in a place that only a ladder can reach. And folks, it goes without saying, this is the first ladder match held under the NWC banner. This should be an absolutely stellar encounter, a violent encounter between two violent men. And at the end of this, win, lose, or draw, the winner of this match will claim victory in the long-standing feud between FU and Sanctum. NWC will not sanction another singles match between any of these competitors. Folks, there is the beautiful Prestige Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship. It is on the line, defended at NWC Tonight for the very first time. Would you look at that? Immediately, Red Holiday goes in, attempts a quick attack on Spoiler, but whiffs it and manages to get beaten down. Spoiler, starting this thing strong, grabs a chair while Holiday gets a ladder. The two collide together, dropping their instruments of destruction. But Spoiler smashes that taped fist into the head of Red Holiday. Holiday has Spoiler up. What's he going to do? Rams him spine first onto the barricade and sends him careening down onto that solid steel ladder below. Big forearm shot outside the ring to the Spoiler. Remember, folks, anything goes in this match. And look at that. And speaking of anything goes, solar plexus right to those steps. The Spoiler brings a ladder in. Can't win this match without a well-placed ladder. And look at that, he's already set it up while Holiday has that steel chair. Spoiler knocks it out of his hands, though. Picks Holiday up and drops him forehead first on that top turnbuckle. And Spoiler goes to climb that ladder. What's he going to do here? But Holiday yanks him straight off He's going to have to work harder to incapacitate his foe before he attempts a true climb up that ladder. Oh my goodness, throwing double arm suplex by the Spoiler, and Spoiler is wasting no time trying to get to the top of that ladder. But he takes a shot from Red Holiday, and look at this, Holiday's going to meet him up there. He's struggling with that belt, and Holiday hammering fists right into those solar plexus, big-time chops. And look at that, Spoiler's got him. I think Spoiler's determined to hit that spoiler alert there from the top of that rope. Another big chop attempted. And again, these two are just trading blows at the top there, right on top of that ladder. Repeated chop after chop into the chest of Red Holiday by the Spoiler 3. But Holiday dodges and manages a forearm shot. These two are just trading blows tit for tat. Neither one of them can manage to knock the other one off the ladder. Series of shots to the Spoiler, though. 3 in a row by Holiday. And Spoiler returns the favor. These two are fighting on top of that ladder. Something's going to have to give soon. And Holiday sends him crashing down. Spoiler is hurt, ladies and gentlemen. And Red Holiday is going to pull that belt off the top there. Spoiler climbing his way up. Hits Holiday in the solar plexus once, twice, and ladies and gentlemen, just like that, not a very long match, folks, but Red Holiday has managed to pull that ladder up. He did not relinquish it. Spoiler was trying to hit him in the solar plexus over and over again, but folks, in what ended up being a very short match, Red Holiday has won the PWA Heavyweight Championship. And folks, the Spoiler is outside the ring. He is livid. He is angry. Folks, I don't know if you can tell this here. We've moved on to the next title card, but the Spoiler is furious. He is saying that is not the way this feud is going to end. We'll have to see what that means for the future here. But your champion, folks, Red Holiday. Ladies and gentlemen, though, now we are on to the main event of our evening. Look at this. We have Insult to Injury taking on the Diners Club with the INCW Tag Team Championship in the balance. folks, we had to move on so quickly from that ladder match. Folks, Red Holiday is our new champion, but the spoiler cannot be happy with his performance there. He had a lot of fight left in him, and let's just say it took an army of officials to remove him from the ringside area. I do not think that he is going to stand for that being the last time that FU and Sanctum fight, despite what the agreed upon rules of that match were. So we'll see where this puts us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see where this takes those two. But in the meantime, we have a hotly anticipated tag match. We have Insult to Injury, the men who won a very special encounter to earn the chance to take on the Diners Club in what actually amounts to the Diners Club's first official INCW title defense. These two, by the way, these two very strange individuals have really shown themselves to be tag team specialists. They are throwbacks in the greatest sense of the word. They've only suffered one loss since joining the NWC, and they have been waiting for this opportunity all season long. So we're very, very excited to see them get their shot at these championships. Now, very interesting, folks. Looks like we have some mind games being played here by the Diners Club. You can see Vinny Durango there with Shade. These two are not coming out as a unit. They are each insisting upon their full singles entrances. Vinny Durango, ever the showman, certainly seems to be utilizing every opportunity to allow his men to promote themselves. You can see Shade here coming to the ring, wearing one half of the INCW Tag Team Championship. Look at him looking very, very proud of himself. Shade, by the way, the unsung MVP of the Diners Club. It was Shade that managed to win Gorgon Ramsay his meal ticket. It's Shade that managed to anchor the INCW Tag Team Championship ranks. Shade has been undefeated ever since joining NWC's main roster. And of course, Shade only makes up one half of the equation. Insult to Injury is also going to have to contend with this monster of a man. What more can be said about Chonk other than, oh Lord, he coming? This gigantic man has made his presence felt every single time he has set foot in the ring. He is the winner of the first ever men's Make Your Mark Battle Royal. He is the reigning, defending INCW Tag Team Champion. He was a top contender in the NWC Round Robin Tournament. Came within a hair's breadth of earning a title shot against Damian Black at Full Effect. Has had a tremendous feud with Spencer Watts, just defeating Watts in a number of matches here, and has just been an absolute tear in NWC in all of its forms. The muscle of the Diners Club, Chonk. And of course, always present outside the ring, the loudest man in the room, Vincent K. Durango. Although I believe that saying his name that way is kind of a dirty word these days. We have Insult to Injury taking on the Diners Club in a long-awaited tag team encounter. Now, as you know, in tag team matches, it is one fall to a finish for a title to change hands. In singles matches, we have 2 out of 3 falls by default. Tag team matches, it is one single fall. So whichever of these two teams can secure a pinfall or submission, they will be the new tag team champions. Chonk and Shade surrendering their belts to our official in charge, who is holding them up and showing the NWC Nation just what tonight's bout is all about. Referee checking in, rings the bell, and we are underway. We are beginning with Ravage taking on Shade. Right here we have, oh, goodness gracious, attempted headbutt, but misses entirely. Ravage attacking Shade with a series. Oh my goodness, look at that! Biting the crown of the enigmatic one. Sends Shade crashing head first into the turnbuckle. And look at this, holding him there while Rampage comes in with a solid kick. A boot to the midsection. And has him up for a big-time gorilla press slam. And Rampage sends Shade back into the corner. Excellent fast tag work. Oh, would you look at that? Ravage hitting Shade from behind, allowing Rampage to continue the assault. Shade is in a bad way here. Meeting of the minds, the two of them flying at each other, neither one managing to get the advantage. Ravage sends Shade once again into the corner. Another quick tag to Rampage, or to Ravage. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen, combination slam. Suplex goes for the pin, and Chonk in to break it up. And I gotta say, good thing he was there. That could have been the end right there. Some very efficient, expert tag work by Insult to Injury. And Shade is in deep, deep trouble. He's gonna have to make a tag to his partner as quick as he is able to. Ravage sends Shade headfirst into the corner. Another quick tag. What are they going to do now? Double gut buster on Shade. Shade is in the deepest of water right now, ladies and gentlemen. Goes for a belly-to-belly suplex. Shade, though, heads-up judo-style throw, utilizing some tremendous skill here. And a dragon screw leg whip. And he goes for that tag. He needed that badly. Chonk heading into the ring, and we have now the biggest, I believe, size disparity between any two opponents in this match. The larger Chonk taking on the man who is the smaller of the two in Insult to Injury, although to call Rampage a small man would be grossly inaccurate. Oh my goodness, look at that. Flying crossbody just bounces off Chonk like he's some sort of a redwood. Smashes Rampage back first into the turnbuckle. And makes a quick tag back out to Shade. And look at that, Shade just splattered into his own corner. But utilizing those educated feet, managed to take Rampage down. And another tag back out to Chonk. Attempted dropkick, but Chonk swats it away. Chonk sent to the far corner. Rampage follows in, but catches nothing. Hits both of his knees on that top turnbuckle, and Chonk has him up. What's he doing? Oh my goodness, reversed into a DDT and a basement dropkick to the jaw of Chonk. That is how you chop a redwood down, ladies and gentlemen. Big time clothesline sends the 7-footer out into the cheap seats. And inside the ring, Rampage continues the assault. Jaw jacker on Shade while Ravage works on Chonk on the outside. And now goes for a DDT. Quick, efficient one. Only a 1 count, though. Their game plan is solid, but they're going to have to spend a bit more time breaking Chonk down, if that is possible. Rampage sends Chonk into the corner. And a quick tag to Ravage, once again showing the expert tag team proficiency that they are known for. Suplex power slam, second one of the match, this time to the large and in-charge Chonk. But Chonk able to dive over and make a hot tag to Shade. Shade and Ravage locking up. Shade using those educated feet, kicks, punches, Meteora right to the chest, followed by a casual sit-down. Shade calm, cool as the other side of the pillow. Big back rake on the big man. Sends Ravage to the ropes. Ducks underneath. And a big kitchen sink takes him down. Tags back out to Chonk. Hot tags, quick tags. Oh my goodness, big time flying tornado DDT on Chonk. And then Ravage goes to work on, turned inside out with a pounce. Goes for the pin, 1. And Rampage to break it up. This action, folks, is a mile a minute. Oh, would you look at that? Big powerbomb outside the ring. Rampage has been thrown outside the ring like a bag of garbage. Inside the ring, though, Ravage going to work on Chonk, the two largest men in this match, fighting each other, but we have to get some medical attention out there, see if Rampage is okay. Chonk throwing Ravage like he's a child. Looks as if Rampage has recovered, though, and what is going on here? No, okay. All right, I was worried for a second. Looked as if Chonk was getting ready to fly like a, like the spruce goose in the air. Vinny outside, very happy with his men. Would you look at that? Throat-assisted leg sweep by Ravage. Goes for the pin. 1. Only a 1 count still. It is going to be very difficult to keep Chonk down for any length of time here. Chonk and Rampage shoulder to shoulder. Oh my goodness. Just huge frying pan chop takes Rampage down, and gut buster as well. It does not take many moves from Chonk to just turn you inside out, and Rampage has now eaten 3 of them in rapid succession. Goes for the pin. 1, and Ravage in to break up the pinfall. And Chonk surveying his work, thinking about what he wants to do next. Rampage, though, not letting him do that. Power bomb from the corner, probably the only way that he was going to get a man that size up in the air. Rampage tagging out to Ravage. And Chonk heading to the outside, and so is Shade, this time by force. Referee has the count on as Chonk is trying to reassess his situation. Chonk, though, in control, has Ravage up in the air, slams him back first in the top turnbuckle, drops him right in the center of the ring. Series of strikes, but oh my goodness, Ravage catches him and has him by the head. Oh, but Chonk able to power out before he can deliver him to his own corner. Sends Ravage to the corner, to the ropes. Shoulder to shoulder collision, and nobody moves. Chonk now sent to the ropes, collides with the referee briefly. Chonk sends Ravage to the corner. And what is this? What's he going to do? Has him up, and Lawn darts him right into the corner, follows it with a gigantic big boot, and Vinny Durango has just put a chair in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Vinny Durango, leave it to him to take a match of this caliber and make it dirty. Shade, with just a beautiful maneuver, has Ravage dazed and on the ground, and goes to work on that arm. The referee, it looks like, has disposed of that chair. Thankfully, Vinny is none too happy by that. Attempted shoulder block by Chonk. And they just, gets caught, attacked. And Ravage has him, sends him into the corner. And once again, a smart tag. This time Rampage up. Big double axe handle right to the bicep. Several shots to the solar plexus of Chonk. Chonk, though, fires back with a knee to the gut. And clothesline, second clothesline. Ducks underneath, ripcord around, and beautiful kick. Just a shotgun right to the chest of Rampage. And tags back out to Shade. Shade with a huge knee, drops Rampage like he's been shot. And Shade doing what he can to maintain that advantage, tags out to Chonk. Rampage has Chonk and slams him face first into the mat. Goes for a pin. 1, 2, and wow. Heads up maneuver by Chonk there, managing to kick out. Shade was late in getting in there. That could have been all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Ravage back in the ring, but eats a huge kick. Goes for the pin. Is that it? No. Deep in ITI's corner. Rampage able to break up the pinfall. But what is this? Oh, look at that. You can see Chonk was going for that massive gut buster he likes to finish matches with, but Ravage able to stop him. Sends Chonk noggin first right into the turnbuckle. Another smart tag. Insult to Injury doing extremely well with the fast, efficient tags. Double backdrop on Chonk. And now Vinny is there getting in the face of Ravage. And meanwhile, Chonk is being given a chance to catch a breather while the referee is doing what he can to get Vinny out of the ring there. And look at that. I don't know if Vinny might have passed Shade something, but he hit Ravage with something right in the head. And Ravage, folks, is bleeding. I don't know if you can see that there. Meanwhile, outside the ring, Chonk has had a chance to recover. But Ravage still very, very much in this. Ravage heading over, looking to make a tag. I'm still not quite sure what he was hit with, but Shade managed to clip him with something outside the ring that definitely drew blood. Chonk sends Ravage to the corner and just hits him with that open. I believe he should call that the frying pan, ladies and gentlemen, because it's like being smacked by a 12-inch frying pan right in the forehead. And look at that Spanish fly onto Ravage, and one. And Rampage able to break it up. Folks, this has been a marathon. These two teams have been doing everything in their power to stay in the fight. Tremendous work by Insult to Injury, and very, very game work by the Diners Club as well. Oh, big elbow takes Shade down, and now he is being measured. Kick to the stomach, and would you look at that huge powerbomb, hoists him back up again, and that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. One, and Chonk in to break it up. You know Shade wasn't getting up from that one, folks. And Ravage up to the top rope. Big time body splash. If Chonk is indisposed, Shade could be in tremendous trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. Tag out to Rampage. And I believe Shade may have internal injuries at this point. And look at this. This isn't going to make it any better. Hoisting him up there. And Chonk in to break it up. Shade sends Rampage to the corner and gives Ravage a shot for good measure. Look at this. Looking to take out Ravage from the equation, dropping him spine first on that ring apron, and then following up with a forearm shot to Rampage. He is taking out both members of Insult to Injury at the same time. Shade daring Rampage to follow in. Ravage completely out. Could this be the opening the Diners Club is looking for? Look at that. Shade reverses an attempted power slam. Ravage still outside the ring. Can Shade capitalize? Big time release suplex. Has him back up again. Kick right to the arm. Finally, Ravage has managed to recover. Rampage spins Shade around. Shade elbows Rampage out of it, though. Series of punches, kicks, chops. Send the compact. Oh, my goodness. Big time spear, but right in the corner of ITI. And a recovered Ravage able to break it up. Folks, this has been a tremendous championship match. Dragon screw leg whip on the enigmatic one. And it looks as if Shade able to power his way back out. Series of elbows to the gut of... Oh, and look at that! Big time exploder style T-bone suplex. But Rampage able to make a hot tag to Ravage, who has Shade in a chokehold, choking him down to the mat, choking the life out of him. And look at this, he is measuring Shade. Could this be it, ladies and gentlemen? Big kick to the stomach. Tremendous powerbomb into the Samoan drop. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, deep in the corner of ITI, and just like that, Chunk able to break it up. Rampage hurt, unable to help. And now it's spilled to the outside. Ravage legs swept out from underneath him. Shade, a shot outside, followed by a series of punches and a DDT right on the concrete. And a stomp right to the shoulder. These two tag teams have taken everything they can out of each other. How much do these four men have left? This is the match of ITI's career. I feel confident in saying that. This is a tremendous encounter by these gentlemen. And look at that. Rampage dropped spine first on the apron. Ravage inside takes a shot from Chunk. Uh-oh. Is it possible? Oh, and Chunk taken out. Both members of the teams that are not legal have been rendered unconscious outside the ring. And big-time kick by Shade. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, my goodness. After Shade gave Rampage a backbreaker on the ring apron, and after Ravage speared Chunk off the apron on the other side, it left just the two in-ring competitors, and Ravage walked right into Shade's patented spinning kick, and that was all she wrote. Deep in the Diners Club corner. What an amazing match, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that ITI had this on many different occasions, but your winners, and still INCW Tag Team Champions, Shade and Chunk of the Diners Club. What tremendous action, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing night of wrestling. Thank you for sticking with us. For any of you who were concerned that NWC would not return, and if they did, would not return to form, hopefully this put your minds at ease. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all of the action that we have for you tonight. I do have one final announcement, though. Folks, it has been a long and difficult season, but we are nearing its end. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in just a few weeks, I would like to announce NWC's latest supercard event, NWC Critical Mass. It will be headlined by a multi-belt championship that will see the reigning defending INCW, PWA, and NWC champions going at it in an attempt to create a unified NWC championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ronnie Stockholm. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of NWC Tonight.